Hey everyone, David the Maven Chicotsky here with Brian Rast, better known and always known as the Rastinator, right?
Yeah, Antonio gave me that nickname, so my friends know me as that, but I've always been known, at least in the online world, as Czar Rast. That's been my online nickname, but yeah, my friends call me Rastinator.
Okay, so all I hear is Rastinator this,
Yeah.
Rastinator that, and especially Fatality. Fatality's always talking about you. Rastinator came over, we did this, we did that. But
yeah, I don't know. Fatality's a cool guy. I like Jonathan.
yeah, he's cool.
Alright.
So basically, you live at Panorama. You live
Yeah.
with all these guys.
Yeah.
Fatality, Blitz, Antonio.
Yeah. I got a place there a couple years ago, in part because of its location and they're nice units. And also because my really good friend had a place there, so it's, Keith.
Yeah.
So I knew Keith before I knew any of the other guys.
So that's why you're so good?
So yeah, that's why I'm so good. Keith Gibson's probably the best player in the world.
He really is though, right? In a lot of ways, he's like pretty damn good.
I just, follow whatever Keith does. He teaches me. He's like Yoda.
By the way, his girlfriend today made a queen high call on the river, and he was like, "That's my girlfriend." I'm like, "Seriously?" He's like Jesus Christ. So you were up late last night, and you just came here a little bit late, which we'll excuse you for.
Yeah.
But tell us about the game yesterday. You guys played a really high stakes game, and you were saying you bluffed and got away with some. Tell us about a couple of interesting hands or the overall scheme.
Okay, well, we played a 100-100 blind Nullum and Hold'em with a $300 ante, and I thought I played very well. I had a number of good hands where I think I got extra value on a couple, and I'm really the only person we had to show all of the winning hands. If you won the pot, you had to show your hand. Because we were filming and there was no whole card cam. So that was a way to show people what was kind of going on in the hands that were being used for the DVD. So, I mean, you basically would get to see if you got bluffed, and really no one ran a big bluff that worked, except I wouldn't say I ran a huge bluff, but early on in the game in a straddled pot, I had a $11,000 or $12,000 bet on the turn that was a bluff with Jack High that worked. And later, after the cameras were gone, I played this really big pot where I floated a check raise on the turn and then shipped it all in on some guy on the river, and I had queen high, and that was not the best hand at the time. The board was like 9-8, 6-5, 4. So queen high, it was not
a little
good.
wet board.
It was not good.
Yeah.
And he folded, and I did not show that hand. And
Really? You didn't? Oh, because
no.
later on, yeah.
It was after the cameras were done. And I had a really good hand with Antonio where I had queen 4. The flop was ace jack 4. It got checked.
So you flopped the nuts, basically?
Yeah. Well, it was a limped pot, and it got checked on the flop, and the turn was a 4.
You're the big blind, obviously.
Yeah, I was in one of the blinds, and I bet out, and someone called, and Antonio made like a pretty healthy raise. At this point, I'm pretty sure he had a 4, but he probably doesn't have Jack 4 or Ace 4 because he did limp in late, but he would have probably bet the flop with 2 pair. So I just called because at this point I felt like if I 3-bet, he might get away from his hand or something. And,
For value.
Yeah, but
Calling for value.
But yeah, I was calling, and I was gonna basically I was planning on probably check raising the river depending on what hit. And so the river was a 10, and I checked, and he bet there was like 6,000 or 7,000 in the pot, and he bet like 5,200 or 5,800, and I check raised him with trip 4s and a queen kicker for like 7 or 8K more, and he tank called me with 6-4, and so yeah, I got in like
that was good,
13K
right?
on the river.
Did you say punished?
No, I didn't say.
Because the first time I was here at Hard Rock, all I heard was punish the Rastinator, punish the Rastinator.
See,
Antonio, he's got something with you, right? There's something going on there for sure.
I have a different attitude because when I play, I mean, I'm definitely competitive. I like to win, but I just feel bad when I put it in people's faces when I win. I mean,
even Antonio?
He knows he got owned in the hand.
So
I mean, he knows that he raises me on the turn and then value bets me on the river with trip 4s with a kicker that doesn't play. Like, I'm gonna fucking call him with an ace.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, he knows that I just took him to Value Town and got a ton of money in on the river.
That's cool. So
2 bets instead of 1, which is nice.
Very nice, very nice. Now,
So
I kind of felt like a schmuck yesterday because I Facebooked that, a lot of my buddies are in this big game, and I'm going to be able to watch. So I show up, and I'm like, hey, can I sit behind one of you guys? And my business manager goes, as your business manager, I don't think that's a good idea. I go, why not? I want to learn. He goes, girlfriends do that, bro. I'm like, okay. So maybe one day when the cameras aren't rolling, I get to see what you guys actually do for, how you do it. Now,
I mean, I've definitely let people do that before. I mean, yesterday it might have been a little tough just because some of the time we were playing 10-handed, so it would have been really tight. There wouldn't have been a lot of room for you to look over shoulders, and maybe I don't know, your business manager thing, whatever. I don't think that's.
I didn't care. I was like,
think
hey,
that's a big deal.
Whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I mean, you could definitely do it sometime.
Cool.
So,
I'll hold you to it.
I mean, I mean, I've also said I'd be willing to talk to you about going in and teaching a class at your place.
Definitely.
So, I mean, let me know.
Will do. So speaking of that, you can check out the Rastinator at victory.tv, victorypoker.net, themavenvt.com, restrainingcenter.com. Real quickly before we exit, tell us a little bit about these desert excursions, because I've heard there's a big one coming up with bumper car derby, $1,500 car. Are you in on this?
Well,
you were in on the last one.
I don't know about the future desert excursions. I definitely know in the past we took the RV out and blew it up, and
that's an understatement, right? That's an understatement.
We shot it up and then blew it up, and I know Dan has gone out with. He has a bunch of dune buggies or little four-wheelers, and takes them out and rides them around. I mean, Dan's like an action hero stuck in like a regular person's world, you know?
It's very interesting, actually.
Like,
if you want to live vicariously through anyone, Dan Bilzerian is like the man.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's just trying to live life to the fullest, you know?
Definitely.
I mean, he might make it to 50. We'll see.
Let's hope. All right, well, thanks for your time.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you.